God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so.
It's a beautiful morning right here in the city of Calabar, Nigeria, precisely. Yes, what is the time of the day right there? Is it afternoon or evening? Yes, someone was saying that right here in Nigeria, sometimes we have to, imitate the time frame of, the Western world. When it's morning here, we can still be sleeping until it's morning there. So I don't know whether we should start doing that. Yes, it is the 30th day in the month of January 2024. And so far, a lot of persons have been saying that this January happens to be the first ever month, or January, yes. This particular January happens to be the first January and only January that has been, kind of fast. Very, very fast. Unlike before, when you're talking about January, it turns out to be it slows. You'll be counting, when is it going to end, when is it coming to an end? But right now, January is ending, and tomorrow will be the 31st, and of course, and on Thursday we will be having February. We will hug it with so much love. Yes, what have you been able to achieve in the month of January? What do you have to say thank you God to? Yes, or for? Yes, what do you have to say? Is it for the life, or have you been able to build that skyscraper that you've been thinking about, or maybe to start up that little business you have been thinking about? Whatever it is, don't worry if you have not been able to make it or to achieve any of those. We still have February, we still have the rest of the month still going. Remember, we have 11 more months to go, and surely you will achieve everything that you have been praying to God for. Good morning to you once again. I am Peace Smith, reaching out to you on Starcross Television. Bring it to your screen, Brother David Eric. Good morning to you, Professor.
Good morning to you, Sister Peace Smith.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You're welcome.
Fine, yeah. Good morning to you, Sister Ruth.
Hello.
How
are you? Okay, just say hello to your audience.
Yes, and to you, our wonderful audience. Hope you're having a very nice day and a wonderful day. If you're not having a nice day, try and make your day positive and nice. Nobody will come and make your day nice for you. So try and make your day positive and nice, and hope to meet great and important persons. And when you meet these persons, use your opportunity wisely, because they say opportunity comes but once. So when you have this opportunity to meet good people, good persons, meet them and show them what you're made of. You never can tell who can help you. What you're looking for might just be at your doorstep. So take your opportunities wisely.
I love that. Take your opportunity wisely. You're welcome to this episode. Yeah, like I was saying, I overheard someone saying hello. And before we came on set, the person was already, talking, using this accent that I really do not like. I was like, are you sure?
Like British?
And I have it tell us that in Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria, Calabar for that matter, where we speak, we use broken English here, and we are so happy with it. Someone was like saying, okay, 3 persons sat down, and they were like, one, you'll use Britain English, the other person will use American English, and the person will be like using Nigeria English to see how we say a particular word using our language. And the person was like, and so And the person was like, what? Something like that. And
Therefore, Nigeria.
So Nigeria is so therefore. So imagine that we add British and American to make out for one word, whereas it's not the same in the other side. So I think Sister Ruth here is trying to tell us that she has left the plane of Nigeria and she's now in. Is it British? Mm-hmm. How did you call it, man?
British.
I'm gonna cut right now. Okay, let me bring her to your screen so that she will help us do more of the pronunciation, because I think she's ready for everything today. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Morning, sis. How are you?
I don't know where I am.
Good morning to you, my learned colleague, the prof in our midst, and to you, our beloved
Please
audience.
come back home. Please.
I'm home.
Yeah,
If I say I'm not
that.
here, it means all of us are there. So whereas I am there, all of us are there.
Pity us and take us
You know,
there now.
We are all there.
Oh,
We are all there. I am here with you, so it therefore means that we are there.
Okay.
It depends on where you see yourself. Where do you see yourself?
We see ourselves where we see ourselves.
Exactly.
Amen.
Good morning to you, our beloved viewer. Thank you so much for joining us. To the cinematographers, hello, good morning. And to our beloved, how do I even call him? Brother Doman. Yes, in charge of MCR.
Master control.
No, the big
Yes.
guy, the big guy, just like
The
God.
big daddy.
You know, God is the big guy.
No,
sees
no.
everything.
In this aspect, we'll be calling him Chief Daddy. Chief Daddy.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a beautiful day in Calabar. Yes, we are here in Calabar. Good morning. Thank you so very much for joining us. I'd like to tell you to be positive.
Yeah.
Always be positive, be nice to everyone, do not bear any grudge, and whatever you put your mind to, make sure you achieve it. Don't set your mind to do something and expect it to happen without you getting up to do it. Take for instance, when you come back from the market, you want to cook soup. You come back from the market, you've bought everything you need for the soup. You would need to use your hands to do the work. You cannot just keep it beside the cooker and expect magic. You have to do everything. Everything needs work. Why am I saying this? If you have put your mind to something, or you have a great plan for it this year, please get up and start work. There is process. Everything needs processing. You need to do a work. You need to get up and go submit application. Write the letter, go submit application, and follow up, all right? So everything you put your mind to do, make sure you get up and follow it up. Don't just sit back and think everything will fall like manna. Oh, no. Sis, no, bro. You have to get up and work, so that it will come to you. Remember, our God says no food for lazy man. He loves hard-working children. Do the hard work. Let him see that you are trying your best, and he would add up. He would know that, oh, this my daughter, this my son is trying. Yes, they say do the best. Do how do they say? Do what you can and leave the rest to God. You cannot just be praying. Prayer without work is what again? You have to pray and get to work. And then tell Father, of course, he's seen everything, but God says you still have to pray. You still have to ask. So even when you are praying, still tell him that you are onto this, you're up to this, you're up to this. Father, I need your guidance. I need you to take the lead. I need you to be, let him just be there. Let it be known to him. He's everywhere, don't get me wrong, he's everywhere. But even though he's everywhere, he's always saying, ask. Even though he knows our problem, you still have to kneel down and ask. Open your mouth and talk. Similarly, even though he knows that you are up to something, he knows your plan, you still have to walk and tell him to do the rest. He will.
Okay.
Thank you, Father.
Okay.
Yes, no,
That
for the
was
sermon, so
no. I think at this point you have to agree with the fact that her name is on the billboard and there is more to it.
Yes.
So you don't have to say thank you, Father. Rather, you have to keep going to her for more tips.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sister. Please.
No. I'm not saying you should say thank you, sister.
I'm so excited
Okay.
that it is 30th of January.
Yeah,
already.
I'm even coming to that. We will
It
talk
is
about that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you said something that you shouldn't just sit down, but get to working. That particular thing maybe you have been thinking about putting on in application, or maybe looking for a work, or starting a business, looking for a job, or starting a business, or maybe you have been having these plans of doing something, and then you're just sitting down there and hoping for the maybe I will kind of is it procrastinating and all of that. So I want to bring in this January. a lot of persons right now, because like yesterday when I opened my so one of the social platforms I belong, someone was like, this January happens to be the fastest, like when it comes to January so far, because we have been always saying that this particular month is always kind of sluggish, so slow. Is it that maybe we have been working, maybe like not having the month idea or the idea of January as a sluggish month in the mind, or perhaps maybe that's how faith has decided to destined in this particular year? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's just normal.
Okay.
You know, people who say January is too long, the longest month in the year.
Okay.
You know, those are people who spend on frivolities. Like they spend extravagantly.
Okay,
yes.
you mean they had maybe during December,
Yes, during
spent
the
all
festive
their money
period,
out
yes,
and
they
all of
spend
that. Wow.
extravagantly. So you don't expect them to see the month as moving normal. So those people would want the month to run out already so they can get their pay at the end of the month. So when we are just like 15 days into January, you say a lot of people think that we are already the 15th day should have been 30th already, you know, because they have spent, they have eaten deep into the money they are supposed to, you know, they are feeding money for January, and maybe they have extra mouths to feed.
Wow.
So you don't expect them to also see the way others see. Well, some people, yeah, I've heard from some people, they say January is really running fast.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see those people to, you know, really have problem. They don't really have problem in, like, I know finance is never enough for people. You know, as long as you live, you keep everything we do, all the work we do. You know, we are just chasing it. You know, chasing the bag. You know what I mean? Chasing the bag. So those set of people, I feel like they don't really have financial problems. So they see it as running fast, or maybe they have something to do. They have something to do maybe in February. You know, and it's something that is giving them, sending cold to their body already. You know what I mean by sending cold? You cannot, you're praying for that day to come already, but as the day approaches quickly,
you're already feeling nervous.
You're feeling nervous.
Okay.
You're feeling nervous. You're feeling like the day should be extended a little. So those people would also say that the month is running fast, because they want to achieve this already, but they are so cold towards it. Like, stage fright is already before them, like it's already dealing with them.
But that happens if you actually, maybe you're trying to go for an interview, or maybe you're having exams as a student, or
I'm glad you are keen into it. You understand what I'm saying. We all, like when we were all in school, you want to write the exams already because you want to get to the next level. But as it is fast approaching, even though you are very, very prepared, most especially if that's your first sitting, you know, you would feel that cold inside. You want it to come already, but as the day approaches, you are like, like this day is too fast. Oh, why is it here already? I thought we had like 6 days to read, but within a twinkle of an eye, you know, you are just 3 days away from the D-Day, and you just can't help it but, you know, face it. So yeah, it's true. It's true. January, it's normal.
Okay, for me, you see it
to
as
me,
being
that
normal.
yeah, it's just moving just the way it ought to.
Not
it's not
maybe
just
something different, or
it's not
this particular
it's
year
not
is different.
sluggish, it's not fast.
Wow.
It's just normal.
Wow.
I don't know for
Let me bring the question to Brother David. But this time around, I understand that a lot of persons made, let's just say at the beginning of this year, a lot of persons had
resolutions.
Yeah, several resolutions. As one of it, financial breakthrough and all of that. And some people out there, I believe they must have started something, and a lot of persons out there have been sleeping towards it. So what do you think? Is it quite achievable to achieve? Yeah, permit me for that tautology. So is it quite achievable to achieve what you have set for the month of January? And if you haven't, or maybe you have not peradventure achieved it, what do you think the person can do? Remember, we still have 11 more months to go.
Well, it's hard for somebody to set a goal for his or herself and not follow up and think that, as Sister Ruth correctly said, manna will come from heaven. The time of manna has passed, you know. We all read in the Bible.
I like the way you're always so
realistic.
Yes. The time of manna has passed. We only read in the Bible that when they were hungry, due to the fact that God said he will not leave them comfortless. He always keeps to his promise. He had to provide for them, even if they did not believe. He had to provide for them. But now we are in the stage whereby you have to work for everything you want. You can only pray and hope that God delivers. And God, this is just like, let's just be frank with our own self. This is just like a contract or a business. You have to keep to your own side of the bargain. You have to work. That's the main thing. No matter how small it is, you have to work. Then wait for the perfect opportunity to come. When that opportunity comes, you have to use it. Peradventure, you have snoozed and you do not do anything this January, hoping that we still have 11 months to come. You might just still hope for February, hoping that we still have March to come. And you will still hope for the next month, and you hope and you say, wow, we're in December. It was a very fast year. Don't worry, next year I will start.
So ahead,
and
so
you hope again, and you keep hoping, and before you know, you'll spend 30 to 40 years of your life hoping without you doing anything. And maybe you have this kind of friends, or you have been getting this kind of message that, don't worry, one day they will come and take you abroad, and some kind of silly ideas into your head, and you keep believing and hoping on those aspects whereby you're not working towards it. How then will it come? We have already known that this world that we are today, you have to be educated, not until you go to school. Educated in the sense that look for something to do and try to make use of your good use of yourself. Yes, and add meaning to your life. An opportunity might come. Like, so many people are feeling that there are no jobs, there are no this, there are no that, but when you keep yourself ready, an opportunity might come. And when the opportunity comes, what can you do? You cannot do anything. You're like a housewife. Do you understand?
Why did you decide to use the female gender?
Because you just need to you're just always sitting down. You're not doing anything. You're just always sitting down. You have not equipped yourself. You're not sound. So when the opportunity comes, I need this. You'll be like, I cannot do this. So at the end of the day, you have to settle for less. And as human beings, if you settle for less, that's very, very bad. You have to have standard. Before you know it, you end up turning to be somebody's kid man. That is very, very bad.
That's
very, very
reality.
bad.
Bitter reality.
That is reality. If you don't set yourself and keep those standards, there are people in life that when you want to, okay, I came across one professor when he wanted to do a project for MSc student. They had to bring him all the way from the north, yes, to come and carry out the project for those students. I was close to some of those MSc students, yes, because they were also doing geophysics for the higher aspects. Now, I noticed that when the department had to bring this prof, they told him they had a bargain on how much they're going to pay him. He told them that he cannot come. That he cannot come. That if he don't do certain things and keep some certain things.
He had set his own
because
standard.
He had kept his standard. He knows his worth. And the department had to meet those MSc students and tell them that if they did not increase their money and do this and do that, they will not be able to send this prof down here for him to come and be able to carry out one or two things for them. And that they will also have to stay another extra year. The students have to make sure that they augment, and the department also has to augment.
Meet up his demand.
Yes, and meet up his demand. So if you have a very high standard, sometimes you might have a job opportunity and you just dash into the job opportunity because you feel that you are not qualified or you do not have that standard. You're always afraid and you feel inferiority complex, and you cannot be able to stand up for yourself and say, no, this is not what I want, this is not what I want, because you're not equipped. So I am begging all those that are sitting down there that are saying that we have 11 months to go. Keep hoping that we have 11 months to go. And when the 11 months is over and you believe that you have added another year to yourself, and when you turn back, you have not achieved anything. Not even a farmland. Nothing.
You know, there is something about time.
Yes.
You know, once it passes, it has passed.
It has passed.
There's nothing
Bring it
that
back.
you can't bring it back.
It's lost. It's lost.
Yes, yeah. One might say time is very wicked. Yes, yeah. You know, ironically, that's how people see it to be, because once it passes, it has passed. Right now, a lot of us sit back and think about the days in nursery school.
The good old days, yes.
Yeah, they say if I had known, I usually come late, you know.
Yeah.
The days we spent in nursery school, secondary school, and even in the university, you know, sometimes I sit back and think about a particular thing. I'll be like, okay, if I had known, I would have done this. Instead of doing this, you know, but it has passed already.
Yeah, it has, and you can't.
You cannot
bring
go back.
it back.
You can't go back. Sometimes you're even sleeping. It happens. I don't know if it happens to other people.
Definitely.
Sometimes you're just doing something that does not even warrant that thought to creep in, but it will come in. Like
It's part of your life.
But
Yes,
that
you
I feel
think
that's
about-
when regrets comes in.
Yeah, that's
when
it.
when you start, oh, maybe what you should have done better, you could not. Let's just say maybe then you were younger, maybe your mindset was younger, and now you've grown to that stage where you feel like all those things you should have done it more better.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
Especially after exams. I don't know if it happens to other
Yes,
people.
of course.
When you sit back, when you come out of the exam hall, you look at your question
Question
paper,
paper.
and then the one you ticked C, you suddenly remember that
so it's
you,
supposed to be an A.
yes. So you start praying. Oh, if I had known, if they can only give me one chance to go back, that is time. That time has passed you by. You cannot go back. So,
Yeah.
do you know why I'm bringing this in? I am bringing this in so that whenever you're faced with opportunity, make
Grab
good
it
use
tight.
of it, because they say opportunity comes but once. But some people are very lucky. They are so graceful that it comes every time. Maybe it's just their destiny. It can come once, it can come twice, or as the case may be.
Yeah.
While some people have it just once. I am saying this, so whenever you're being faced with opportunity, my dear sister, my brother, please grab it with your two hands and make good use of it. Don't let it pass you by, because you see that time you let pass you by, you would come back and regret ever letting it that, because you saw it before you and it
I
came
could not.
in a platter of gold, something you think is not. People usually say, people usually say that you never know the worth of a thing until
you lose
you
it.
lost it. Yeah, exactly. So now you are faced with opportunity. You don't know that this is what people are paying money, so much money. So you think it is just cheap because it came to you in a platter of gold. It came to you as if it had
It's
no
nothing,
value.
yes.
But once it leaves, that is when I pray we never experience that,
Amen.
because you would hate yourself, you would question God, and God will still be God.
But do you
He
know
will
how-
still love you. In fact, He would maybe create another opportunity, but not that very
Not
one.
that very
it
Again,
might
so
not be as
So I want to
sophisticated as
ask
it
you,
was.
Ruth,
Exactly.
based on what you're saying. So how would someone know that this is an opportunity? Like you said, sometimes it comes to you like, oh, for example, now I've been hoping to get this phone, and now peradventure I just passed by and I saw the phone. I saw a phone there. I don't know how it's coming from. Let me use money. It happens all the time. Maybe you've been going through. Excuse me.
This is really funny scenarios you want to set.
right, with money, right?
I can imagine.
Sorry. So maybe you passed along, maybe a track or something, a bush track or maybe a place, and then you
It's
happen
money,
to see
indeed.
this thing happened to my brother. So you saw a bunch of money like lying helplessly. Let me use the word helplessly on the floor, and this is good money, and this is something you'll be looking for, maybe to clear your school debt or something. And now that's opportunity, because maybe you feel it's maybe, oh, why will I pick this? Sorry, who kept this money? And if I take it, will someone come and catch me, or what should I do about it? You understand? And for me, I feel like that's an opportunity for you to maybe grab this money and do what you want to do. But let's put it back to you. In a situation where you're faced with this, and that's an opportunity to someone somewhere who have been looking for money to either settle debts or one or two things, what would you do? How would you know that this is an opportunity? Because peradventure you pick this money and then you take it back to the police station. Maybe the person who was there happens to take this money and say, don't worry, we'll return it to the owner. And the person happens to use it. So what would you do?
This is a very weird scenario.
Okay.
Just,
But it
created.
happens.
It happens.
Funny enough,
I'm
it
not
happens.
saying out of maybe just painting the
No,
story,
no,
but
no.
it's
It
something that
happens.
happened.
It happens, but you have to know that. You have to know that God says, "Do not steal." Once you grab, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth.
I think we have Mommy G on the set.
No. I'm being realistic here.
Okay.
Yes,
Go on.
I'm being very truthful here. God says, "Do not steal." The very moment you take something that does not belong to you, something that also the thing you also treasure will be taken away from someone else who does not even know you.
Wow.
They say it's law of karma, right? That same spirit that descended on you to take what does not belong to you would also descend on another person to take what belongs to you. Yes, we are talking
Okay.
about opportunity, but this is
I feel we should off
This
the
is-
camera
no.
and listen to the I see what she was saying in that camera. Okay, go on.
no. Whether here,
Okay.
like on set or offset, I would still say the same thing.
Okay, please
Yeah,
go
so
on.
because this is someone else's treasure, maybe it fell off the person's pocket, and then the person is looking for it, and you go grab
God
it.
helps a man in ways he does
You
not
cannot
understand.
listen. Let me tell you, you cannot just keep money like that. Money fell off someone's pocket. The person is probably
Maybe the person
crying.
had too much.
You are setting on that scenario.
No,
Don't
no,
worry.
no. Let
No,
me finish.
let her land.
Finish.
Let
No,
her- I would
Maybe
like
this
to
money
hear yours.
fell. This money fell off someone's pocket. Maybe probably the person is crying, looking for the same money.
A huge bunch
and
of
you,
money, and the
yes,
person must have had a lot.
and you stumble, you hopped. Let's say hop into the money because you were just passing. You just passed along the same street, saw the money. I don't advise you to carry, because in this century a lot is happening. We've seen a lot of short skits on the internet where you see money. You don't know that someone is somewhere waiting for you just to touch the money.
Okay.
Then you turn to, I don't know, maybe
does
an
that
object.
still works now, David? Does that still
I don't
works?
know. I see a lot of short skits.
Okay.
You turn to an object. They'll
yam,
carry,
right?
generally people say yam. You turn
That
to
was
yam.
the trick my mom used to while we were young. She would say when you pick something on the floor, you turn to a tuber of yam or something.
Before I hand over the house to another person. Now, even God says, woe unto that person he would pass through to achieve a particular thing. Like, if you are going to be that bad, how do I even put it? I used to say that there is no bad,
Okay.
because even the bad, God used them. Is a very huge tool, an important tool that God uses to achieve some things, right? So now, woe unto that person that he would pass through now to go and pick that money that belongs to another person in the name of opportunity.
Okay.
That you've been looking for money. Boom, money has come. I remember when I left school, there was a particular business I was doing. Now I went to the market. Now that money fell off. I don't know how. It was such a huge money because I had been saving to go back and get more. Now I went to the market. The money, I missed the money.
Okay.
I quickly went back to look for. I went back to my mom's shop to look for the money. I searched everywhere where I keep money. Like, I've not seen it. I asked my mom when I was leaving, did it fall? She said no. I went back to the house, but I was sure I went to the shop with the money. I went back to the house to look for the money. I did not see. I went back to the shop. Now I went back to the market. I was just everywhere looking for the money. I cried, because that's my hard earned. Like, it's not like someone dashed me. I worked so hard for the money, So, but someone took it. So, are you going to say it's an opportunity?
Sorry, let me come in here. Someone took it. They did not just come and meet you to take the money. Remember, you must have fallen. The money must have fallen off from your pocket unconsciously. You have left. Even somebody may not even know that that's your money. Even if the person wants to give it back to you.
How would the person know?
No,
before
let me tell you something. Why is it that when money
Mm.
falls down like 5 naira or 20 naira? Yesterday, as I was going back, I went to get something in a particular shop. There was 20 naira. Nobody picked it. How come no one picked the money? Is it because it's a lower denomination currency? Why did they not pick it? I even asked the owner of the shop, "Oh, there is money here." She said she does not know who kept the money. No one picked the money. And there was a sister I met there. I asked the sister, "Is this your money?" She said no. I asked the woman, the small boy, nobody picked the money. And you think if that money actually belongs to someone, the person will not come back. Now, so money fell down. Like, if we are all like thinking, having godlike minds, do you think they would have taken that money? I really cried, and because of that, I had to. Fine, my mom funded me, to start over again. But it's nothing compared to the joy I had.
Your own money,
yes,
right.
that I worked so hard for that amount. Even seeing it and thinking that, oh, at my age I was able to gather such, and not going to buy heaven and earth. But that one really hits different. Now, why am I saying this now? If in Dubai, I haven't been to Dubai before, but it's fine. The world, computer has made it so easy. Internet, you can see everything. Let me tell you, in Dubai, you can actually leave your phone. I don't know, maybe in a particular place. Yes, and you can go back. A sister even experimented. Yeah. She said she has been there for like 3 or 4 years. She said she heard people don't steal there. So she left her phone outside her gate. She left it on her trash can. She left it there. And then in the morning when she woke up, she still went back and saw it. And that's a route people pass. You don't take it because it does not belong to you. And then there is also a shop that you can actually, if you're having low battery, you can charge your phone outside and go in, do your shopping. When you come out, you unplug. There is all kinds of charger that can charge your phone. Now, if I walk into such a place and I lost my money and I only realize when I get back to the house, then I go back and see the money, it's a thing of joy. You know, I cried so much that evening. It was in the evening. I cried a lot. In fact, I even fell sick. You think if I had gone back to see the money, I wouldn't have been happy? I would have been happy.
Okay.
But people just believe that once money falls, that it's
from a rich man,
God.
right?
No, that is God that has kept it for another person. Me that is crying. Like,
you know, I wanted to add something when David asked you something, said something. You know, there is a kit where it's a comedy kit where a young man went to God and was asking for 1,000 naira. Don't know if you have watched that. And then a fellow young man still came to the altar and was asking God for 100,000. While he was praying, they both were praying. The one who asked God for 100,000 overheard the one who asked God for 1,000 naira. The way he was crying and holding the altar, you know, and all of that. So what happened is that this young man that was asking God for 100,000 had to remove 1,000 that he had from his pocket and give to this man so that he can now concentrate in praying. Why did I bring that up? Now you said, okay, you lost the money. That's because that was your, maybe, okay, you lost the money peradventure, and that was the money you were supposed to use to start up a business.
No, not start up. I was already into, like,
okay, yes,
it,
whichever way. Maybe you wanted to go to market with it to get more stocks and all of that. And then maybe there's someone somewhere who has been desiring to even start up a little business. Let's leave the emotional part out of it and let's face reality. Someone somewhere has been praying to have some, like, just a little to start up something. And now that person happens to see this money that came out or fell from you mistakenly. And this person can't return it at that point because the person does not know you. If he decides to ask, someone else might like, it's my own.
Claim it up.
And claim it or claims it. Or he takes it to the police station. Who knows what would happen? The policeman does not even know you. You understand? And now, let's just say maybe this money is going to be a lifeguard for this person, or a lifesaver, if I must use that, for this person who has been looking for a little to start up a business. So would you still say that person has sinned at that point? Or maybe that person shouldn't have picked that money knowing fully well? I'm not saying that, at this point, I'm not saying I would have picked it. I don't know. But I'm just trying to be sincere at this point. So are you saying that this person that has taken this money, that there is, this person has sinned? Remember, what we define as sin might not be what God sees as sin. That's what I used to say. We don't know God. No matter how you claim to be righteous, you can never tell who God is. Like in terms of how he chooses, he might tell you, you might be thinking, oh, if I come and keep this cup very well, that I'm pleasing. And you don't know, maybe the way you shifted this cup to that point, maybe he's feeling like you shouldn't have shifted it or something. You never can, decide who God is. So I want to throw it back to you, Brother Eric. So what do you think? Remember, Ruth said that she cried, and then that person who took the money does not know how much or how she had the stress she took towards keeping or saving this money to that point. So to your own best of understanding, what would you say? If you happen to see such opportunity or such case, how would you judge it?
First and foremost, I need to tell our audience that our phone line is open and you can join our conversation via YouTube and Facebook. Send in your inputs. This is a reality check. It's very, very important. I would like to start differently because over time, stories and, should I say, mysteries and so on and so forth has been our base rock, because research and stories and mysteries has been our base rock. Now, there was a story my grandma told me that there was a man praying for riches to come. When he goes and do work for people, they want to appreciate him. He will say no, he does not collect bribe. Understand? He had a very different misconception that God said that he's going to bless him.
Okay.
You understand? So when he goes and does things for people, he will not collect anything. Now God said that he's going to visit him and give him that money. You understand? So on a fateful day, he was going to farm on a bush track. He saw a huge amount of money. then it was shillings and pounds. Now, he did not pick up this money. He said that this is not the money. And God said, and come and meet him
Give
in
it
his house.
personally.
You understand? So,
Okay.
when he now went out, they now gave him a message and told him that God has been visiting you in several ways, but you have failed to receive this. That the final opportunity will come. When the opportunity comes, if you do not grab it, that you might be poor for life. Not until the opportunity came where he saw money in the bush track and he refused
To still pick it.
carry this money and come back to the house. What am I saying? We all say that the era of manna is over. Yes, I know technically it's over, but God works in a mysterious way. What if the man had taken this money is money that he saw in the bush track, and has taken this money and brought back to the house? You know, when you use a particular thing with a good mind and a mindset to return back, there's sometimes no repercussion for what you have done.
To return back, what do you mean? To
Return
send back
back, to
your
give back.
gain to the forest?
No, that's not what I mean. Returning back in the sense that you can pick 100,000 naira on the road and
give thanks
invest
of it.
this
Okay.
money. When you invest this money, God is watching you, seeing the heart you used. The proceeds comes out, and you imagine you doing charity. What do you think will be the outcome? Just as a human being, let me leave God. As a human being, what do you think will be the outcome? Would you pray for that person that, oh, God should bless this person to help him succeed? You understand? This is the person that maybe might not have stolen this money unconsciously.
Okay, he did
finds-
not steal, he picked it.
Yes, unconsciously. he
So what's the
picks this
difference
money.
between stealing and
Maybe
picking?
we'll come
There's
to
a
that.
There's a
then.
very great difference. There's a very great difference. Imagine you barge into somebody's shop and you see that maybe the person has kept money on the table, and you send the person to go and get a goods that's far away from the person's view. That's definitely theft. But imagine you walking on a road, on a lonely path, and you find that kind of money on the road. Definitely, we know the kind of country we are. We know the kind of place we find ourselves. So what I'm trying to say, having that kind of money and investing it back in the sense of charity, even God will not really blame you.
Okay, are
Okay.
you done? I want to
No.
come in from there.
I am not done. I
Okay.
am not
Okay.
done. Now the scenario that Sister Peace created is a very different scenario. Yes, compared to what I just said. This is a scenario whereby I feel the society has also influenced the country and our persons in it. Understand? In the sense that the country is no more, should I say, because of the starvation,
The economic
financial
stagnation.
constraints, and so on and so forth. Everybody is looking for every means to get funds. What do you talk about the big men that who siphons money? You see, there was a popular musician, his name is African China, who says that when a small man, a commoner, yes, steals Maggi to use to prepare his food,
He becomes.
he will be beaten and taken to the cell. But when a big man uses pen to siphon lots of money, nothing is done to those persons. You understand? Now, in this scenario where she's set now, you must have gone to market, and maybe the route you passed, another person have passed there and did not see you, and he picks up this money and is waiting to return to the person. Peradventure, something can take somebody out somewhere. It is very, very difficult for that money to be returned. But I want to tell you that if you return, remember there are some situations we also have in this country to tell you that maybe the reason for you losing that money is because you have not paid tithe. So we have
Apart from that, God can even use you
we
in your
have-
possessed state to bless another
we
person.
have so many there are so many ways that so many mysteries that the way God works. If we want to go on and on and on, you will see that at the end of the day we'll end up either complicating or unraveling so many things. As she earlier said, somebody might be praying that, oh God, please let this come, let this come, and it happens. God has used you either in the mysterious way to have dropped this money for another person. And this person maybe has 5 children that have not eaten for days, and they see that money and they carry that money and go and eat. They'll be thanking God that, oh God, please, thank you for the money that you dropped from this from this person. It sounds funny. Why I was laughing at the first time when you were making that, it sounds funny and it sounds serious and it sounds dicey at the same time. Somebody might be lamenting at the expense of another person rejoicing. And in turn, we're just living in a cycle whereby when it happens this way, it will definitely come this way. In turn, you were awarded again by your mom, remember, to also go back and restock yourself.
Do you know, I'm thinking
And
at
in
that
turn,
point.
you have technically blessed
Another
somebody
person.
that will be telling God, thank you for what you have provided.
maybe
Now, I
God
need you
knew.
to know something. I need you
Yeah.
to know something. The Bible says that he that holds the sword dies by the sword. Now, let me come from that
I
angle.
would love you to really put a lot of insight from what you just said.
Yes,
He
I'm-
that
I'm-
holds the sword
Sword
dies
by the
dies
sword.
by the sword.
Yeah.
Now, what am I? Why am I saying this? If you steal, someone else will steal from you. And I'm saying this because if you took money,
Sister Ruth, please.
Hold
I
on,
know
hold
I'll
on.
be
If
doing-
you take-
Sister
no, no.
Ruth, please,
Let's
I'll be
not-
doing-
if you take
allow
money
her
that
to
does not
understand
belong,
her
if you
I'll
take
do the
money that does
equation
not
and
belong to
asking
you,
section, please.
no, wait.
I
let me
think
finish.
at this
No,
point,
we are not
you-
going for any break. We are not going for any break.
I think
Now,
I'm the
if you take-
moderator now.
No, wait. If you take money that does not belong to you and start up a business, I weep like I am weeping for you because the same way you stole from somebody to start up a business, it will
What do you
crumble.
call stealing?
Do you know
You took
instance that-
something. You took
No,
something.
do you
you're
call
getting
stealing?
it wrong. You're
No,
getting
listen,
it wrong.
listen. Let me
Explain
tell you
yourself. What
something.
do
We
you
are
call
all
stealing?
entitled to our opinion.
Sure,
yes.
of course.
Now you have taken money that belongs to a
Did
Were
the
you
person
robbed?
come and get it
Were
from
you
you?
robbed?
The money fell down. Listen,
How
let
would
me
the
tell you.
person know who left the money?
Now you're
No,
talking-
at this point,
you're
I
talking
feel-
about-
I'm
listen,
trying to be
wait.
realistic.
You're
like-
talking about money here. We all know that when you lost your cell phone, you fall sick. You may even if you are
The
not
difference
careful.
between loss
No,
and
listen, let me
being-
tell you
and
something.
being robbed.
Even if you lost, like you misplaced a phone.
Yes,
One of our
that would
colleagues.
be your own carelessness.
Right,
phone-
I allowed
phone-
you
a
to talk.
phone
I had
here
so
is
many
different.
points to stop you. I
Ruth,
did not
I'm
stop you, so
coming.
let me land.
I
Now,
think-
one of our colleagues lost her phone, like I think sometime last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I know how she felt. Now she was not robbed. The phone slipped out of her pocket, and and the phone was not low. The person did not call back. They switched off the phone.
That's
You know,
stealing.
That is
Do you
stealing
know
now.
why I call that
now,
stealing?
it was not
I'm
snatched.
coming.
Wait, let me
Do you
tell
know
you.
why
It
I
was
call
not.
that
It was not
stealing?
snatched from her. Right. The phone fell off her pocket, and then there were people there. They did not call her. Take your phone. They
That's
did not.
stealing.
They did
But
not.
in a situation where it never wrote your name or your contacts on the money,
Similar to
and
what
you did not
just
draw
said.
your face.
December, where I was watching a football match, one of our brother, he kept his phone on the car and he zoomed off. He forgot. He zoomed off. The phone fell off. I and my friends, we saw the phone, definitely. We picked up the phone. This is something that is accessible.
Yes,
We picked up
you
the
can
phone
either
and
call
the
the
phone
person.
was on. When the person called, we told him where we're standing. We're standing opposite 26. We told him he should come to 26, opposite 26 is where we are. Funny enough, none of that was even somebody that we even knew. Understand? There was no screensaver. The phone was just blank. Understand? The person zoomed off, the phone has already even broken. The screen has broken. So the person came. We're like, are you doing out the phone? Because there's no screensaver. He said that yes, it's his phone. When he drove off, we thought okay, he should use his fingerprint and open the phone for us to confirm because there's no screensaver carrying his face. And when he used his fingerprint, instantly the phone opened and we knew that that was his phone and we returned it back to him. This is money. I have been in a taxi where as I was stepping up, my wallet fell off from my pocket and the person sitting next to me saw it. And called me back and gave to me. What if there was nobody in the car
Yes.
and I eventually entered the motor and I left? Another different passenger comes in. How would this person definitely want to reach me? There will
Now,
be no
let me
miss.
tell you
Even
something.
if he
It does
returns, even if he returns the money back to the wallet, back to the driver, how will the driver live? There are different
But why is
situations.
it that now we are talking about money? Do you know that people lost something so important as their marriage ring?
Okay.
Let me talk, please.
Okay.
You,
Please
both
don't.
of you would
No
have
one is
to allow.
stopping you.
No,
Just go
like
on. Go
I
on.
have
No one
tried
is stopping
to
you.
strike a point, and you two
No,
just
go
keep
on,
coming
go on,
in.
go on, go
So
on.
I'm begging to be allowed to talk.
Yes,
Now,
mommy.
people lost their something so important as marriage ring. They go about looking for it, and sometimes they see it, sometimes they don't see it. Now, you want to tell me that the person that has stolen what are you going to do with it? Maybe you are not even married. What do you want to do with a marriage ring? Now, excuse me, you've taken
I
something.
think you're bringing something different to the
I
discussion.
am not bringing
No,
anything.
let her finish.
I'm not
Let her
bringing
finish.
anything
Okay, go on.
different because I have seen it happen to somebody.
Okay.
I have been in a bus. Someone, I don't know if it was wobbling, so it just fell off, and the man had to like drive away to my money just fell off. My money, how much?
money or
He
ring?
said like No, he used money. He said like 5,000 naira. Oh, the man stopped. He went to go and get his ring.
That was because he could actually get it at that point.
Yes, yes. Why am I saying this? If he had passed, maybe to the next nearby junction, because it was a gold ring, I could see that it was original gold. Now, if he had reached even the nearby junction to come back, he wouldn't have seen it. Someone else would have taken the ring, a ring that is not even your finger size. They
So
would have
how
gone to.
then
They
we
would have.
identify
Listen, let me tell you.
That's the point.
What I'm saying here is, why take something that does not belong to you? If you see something here, it is not. There is no name, no doubt. If there is no name, pass. It is not your own.
So the other person that
It
will
is
come
not
and
your
take
own.
it
Let me
now.
tell you something. The
Please
world
go.
would have been a better place if we could see something that does not belong to us and learn to pass. The person that owns it will come back. Have you ever lost your key and then you follow all the places you have been to? You go to those places in search of the key, and then you would see it. Eventually, you would see it.
That's not possible. Sister Ruth, I am being realistic.
It is possible.
We're not
if you take
encouraging
something, I am saying this because I am not here encouraging people to take what does not belong to them. In Nigeria, if we could learn to see something that does not belong to us and pass, and not hunger so much for it, I think it would be a better place. Nobody would be so scared like, hold that money title, because there are snatchers, plus there are snatchers, and then if it falls off, nobody would want to even spare it. Something falls down, you see somebody is already matching it. Go to a place like what, your money falls down, fine, there is no money, there is no name on it, but fine, they have seen the person the money fell off from. Well, they will just match it and stand there as if nothing is happening. What is that? What do you call that now?
No.
It's God passing
we
through
are
you.
saying different
Okay,
things.
It's God
At
passing
this
through
point,
you now to bless the
no,
person.
at this point, we cannot say that. We are not encouraging anybody for theft. Understand? You're been in different scenarios. I
That's
have
the
been.
point.
I have been in a situation whereby we went to school, we lost our key. We knew we passed so many places, and this key had fallen, and it is just there. Nobody picked it up. We moved everywhere. We did not see it. At the point that you expect us to go and blame somebody for picking up the key, what if somebody did not pick the key? I played football on a Saturday. That was last year with one of our skipper. We were playing football, and his wedding ring fell off. Nobody had time to go and pick the ring. Everybody's concentrating playing football. What if, as we were playing the football, so in short, when we were playing the game, you now say that he has misplaced his ring. We now say that, where did he misplace the ring? Who do you think would have gotten the ring? He said nobody. Now let us just be playing. If he sees the ring, no problem, he will pick. If he does not see the ring, no problem. Nobody will even have that kind of time. Sometimes you even be angry that why didn't somebody pick up this particular thing for you to come and even return it. You understand? This life we're looking at, how I was trying to, you should try and explain the aspect of he who holds the sword dies by the sword. It's a very different aspect in this context we're talking about. Understand? Now I'm trying to tell
we see the explanation in different ways, because what I meant by he who holds the sword dies by the sword. If you steal, you will also be stolen from. If you take something that does not belong to you, someone else would also take it ignorantly. That's what I meant.
Okay.
All right. See,
okay, go
there's
ahead.
something we need to understand. Everybody has to be accounted for one or two things. There's a difference between you being careless and you being a thief. You understand? There are situations that you go out and you're being careless and your money falls off. You are not robbed. You were not robbed. You were not taking, you were not under any pressure. You were not under duress, but you misplaced this particular item, or let me say, money out of carelessness. Now, how then do you think somebody would definitely come back to identify you if he does not pick this particular thing? Remember,
why would you pick it in the first place?
there are different situations. See, I made a situation. See, I have gotten experience whereby I see there are good Nigerians also. Let me not look at it as bad. When I was in year 2, I'm using myself as a reality check. When I was in year 2, I was writing an exam, maths exam, ODE, and I know how tough the exam was. So I was really, really concentrating to write the exam, and carelessly, that was one of the main reasons making me I do not use wallets again. My ATM was inside, school ID cards were inside, everything, departmental ID cards were inside. As I was writing this exam, on that pressure and tense. Let's go on a short break.